escape with my truth, I came back like Nirvana. Bro, this all Rocky is nothing I real. Go back to back, baby, can't no one here see us. Stomach it all time, look like a Leah. Went back and forth and back, just like a cornerback. Yeah, you got veins, I respect whole veins. Tell them get low, man. Just flying high, I gave them low, man. Do for the color the whip. Culinary on my wrist, cooking you, I ain't forgot what you did. State of it all, eventually falls. Frequency, this is the ship, I'm home. I'm back in my bed.
Next to some of the northernmost waters of the beautiful Chesapeake Bay, we're at M&T Bank Stadium near Baltimore's Inner Harbor. Plenty of season left to go. 3 months of football ahead as we are underway here at Week 4. Brings in the kick at the 9. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him.
At their own 35-yard line.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Ready.
They begin the drive with Chubb. He's got a gain of 6 there. Chopping that play, Trenton Simpson. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, really break the backs of a defense.
Let's go now.
Shotgun now for Love. That's complete. David Njoku. On the move, past the 40. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that one. And that gives the Browns a first. New set of downs for him at the 38.
Come on, set.
Chubb running out of the gun. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. That play good for 17 and a first down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
First down throw, here's Love. This throw is cut. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Putting a receiver in motion. And he pushed for it, but they managed to stop him at the 2. He gets a couple, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Okay, ready?
3rd and just 2 to go.
Get it.
Oh, surprise gift to the receiver near the goal line. And for the moment, that's going to be a touchdown. Whether it will stand, though, Well, that depends on the call on this flag. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes them back quite a ways. Backed up now after the penalty. It's third down.
Let's go.
Love from the gun. Flushed out now to his left. Ooh, that looked like a pick for a second, but it hits the end zone grass. They are very fortunate to get this one back, but now they've got fourth down.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, they just couldn't quite hang on.
Out is Jake Bates, ready to try to knock this through. A very short kick here from the right hash. Bates' kick is up and good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And he'll break the 15, but not get much further. Tough field position to start this one out. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Lamar now from the gun. Gets everything he has under this throw. This is caught. Looks like he stayed in bounds too. Great work. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Down inside the 40 now with a 1st down following that last play. And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay a game. Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call is going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap. Set him back 5. It's 1st and 15 after the penalty.
No, we changed it. Cut.
From the gun, Jackson. Escapes the pocket. Now, the ball is out! Oh, but the fumble goes out of bounds. Ooh, close call there.
I think that's one of those cases, Kate, where this defense wished that ball was round. You know, it's not, and it bounces in funny ways, and unfortunately for the defense there, it bounces the wrong way right out of bounds.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Out of the gun. They'll give it to him inside. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Brought down that time by Kendall Fuller. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
They kick the running back in motion. Jackson now on 3rd. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Baltimore lined up in punt formation. And this will bring a drive that had some promise to a disappointing end. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away. That's the end of our first quarter. 3 more to go still on Monday night. Just a field goal separates these two. Back to the bank in just a moment. We're ready now for the second quarter. Browns in control of it. They'll have it here after forcing that punt to end the first. He's contained at the line for no gain. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Go, 10. 2, go.
Here's Chubb on 2nd down. And he found some running room for a nice gain. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2.
6, mega. Right. 7.
Love out of the shotgun. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a massive 35-yard pickup, 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Watson, quick pass wide. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field, because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he can transform a short completion into a big play.
They'll come up 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They run it from the gun with Chubb. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Chubb again on 2nd down. And he puts pushes them a little closer to the 3. 2 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up third down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. That one's out and cut on the right side. That's a Cleveland touchdown. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out, and it was what you talked about, Brock, that courage that kept the chance for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw, but hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Kickoff taken at the 3. This return makes it up to the 25. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Running it now out of the gun. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
You are X.
Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
180.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And it sets up 2nd down.
180. Shot.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
You change it. 13. Yo.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. He put some juice on a deep throw. He's got it inside the 25. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the Inner Harbor. The Ravens trailing on the scoreboard.
Let's go.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They motion a receiver left.
Shut up.
Jackson yet again. He's got it. And in for the Baltimore touchdown. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they can be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
And it's a miss. The kick is no good, so this game stays at a 4-point differential. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Has this at the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Ready.
And off to Chubb to start the drive. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Let's go now. Ready.
Finding Judy. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns grow their lead just before halftime. Christian Watson with the touchdown. Bates now for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Browns drive their lead to 11. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Return starts at the 3. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Slot man in motion left. 1st down, here's Lamar. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Second and 21 at the 17-yard line.
Go. Go.
Another try following the sack. And they get to him again. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with 3rd down. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Not a good spot to punt from. They really want to convert here on 3rd. Jackson looking to throw. Taking a shot deep down the field it goes. That is incomplete. Down to 13 seconds left. Well, no look on his first look of the game. So that brings up 4th and long. The Ravens getting ready for the punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he gets it away from his end zone. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. No return on that punt. And they'll only have time for one play before halftime. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Come on, set. Ready?
Kicks the handoff, now Love. That's to his back, Nick Chubb. Ooh, play didn't develop like he needed. He goes out behind the line.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Down. Red, cycle. Ready, ready.
A final throw before the break. Trying for the deep ball. That's intercepted near the sideline. And the Ravens do not get the return all the way back. That's going to bring us to the end of our first half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Returnable from the 2. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Ready. Shot.
Hand off to the back. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. That was Martin Emerson with a stop that time. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
180. Report. 180. Headshot. Cut.
Jackson to throw it. Launches one deep downfield. Toward Flowers, it's intercepted. Grant dealt it in to pick it off. And the Browns are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, you kind of had a feeling, Brock, that they were going to be passing early and often coming out of the locker room on the losing side of things, right? And that coverage, man, they knew it too. Right there to make a play on the very first throw.
Yeah, no doubt, I think in any of our minds, they knew a throw was coming defensively, and that's fine. You could know it's coming, but you got to then go out and execute and take it away. Played right into their hands, and now a chance to add to this lead.
Cut.
And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
Not that he needed to, but he'll always try and remind people that he's a threat running it, in addition to slinging it all over the field.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Here's Chubb up the middle. And he's going to go down right along midfield stripe. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
Offense set for a 1st and 10.
Set, ready.
Staying on the ground here with Chubb. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Set, hut.
Handoff now to the receiver. And he's headed the wrong way on the reverse. They got him behind the line.
Hey, look, in the right situation, you catch a team off guard. Well, this could be a tremendous play for some big yards. But in the wrong situation, you get hit in the mouth right behind the line of scrimmage.
Ready up.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11.
Here we go. Set, hut.
Love now to throw. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. Intended target there was David Njoku. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And there was nobody down there to get it. Punt hit at the 7, but continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
Quick, ready?
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Ready, shot. Set, hut.
Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it could...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, let's give some credit to the defense here, Kate, right? We talk about explosive plays. Every offense is looking for them. But when a defense can go back-to-back, Jack, with the tackle for loss and a sack, well, they're more than doing their job.
Hey, Ozzie, set, hut. Set, hut.
Jackson now, 3rd and long. Finding Flowers. And they take him down at the 24-yard line.
Pursue, pursue, pursue. It's why they do these drills all the time, Kate. You do them through the offseason, you do them through training camp, you do them in the regular season. Because when a defense plays with tremendous pursuit, you force 4th downs just as they did.
Lengthy 4th down try here. They need 6.
Set, hut. 180. Ready, set, hut. Go ahead. 180. Ready, shot. Ready, set, hut.
They're going for this. That's cut beyond the marker. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They'll keep this drive moving after a big 18-yard pickup on 4th down. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Set, hut. 180. Ready, set, hut. Set, hut.
Here's a give up the middle. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
And he's brought down for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead, well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Throw on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. He's got the 1st down grab and still going. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that will set up 1st and goal.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the third. It's the Ravens' ball. They come in trailing, but that lead is within reach. After the loss, it's 2nd and goal from the 5.
Hey, officer, sit hot. Hey, report. Report.
Now here's Lamar. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
180. Shot.
Jackson has it, 3rd and goal. He's on the move. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
You.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And oh, he got it. Interception. Grant Delpit in to pick it off. And the Browns get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
They give inside to Chung. And he stopped after a nice gain up past the 25. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
Ready.
Again, it's Chubb. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Right through.
Throwing his love on 3rd. He's going to push one deep down the right. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
And a big hit on the return to stop it cold. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And the Ravens will go on offense. They've got 1st down from the 31.
Hey.
Receiver in motion going left.
Sit on.
1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
From the 38. He's throwing deep to the left side. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Martin Emerson with the pick. And the Browns get it back after making their 3rd first-half interception. Oh, man, Brock, those other leaders on that sideline, they've got to sit him down and calm him down. 3 consecutive drives now where he's thrown an interception.
Yeah, this defense is just all over him, seeing every throw, anticipating these routes before they're even run. When he's dropping back to throw, and I know this feeling, it's horrible as a quarterback. It feels like there's 20 defenders out there on this defense.
They get 13 on the pickup. And that gives the Browns a first.
First down, Cleveland.
Let's go now.
Sending a receiver left.
Ready.
First down, and they go right back to him. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
On the set.
2nd and 3 now.
Come on, set. Opposite. Green. Cut, cut.
They go with Chubb here. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
They have themselves another 1st and 10.
Down. Set.
A give to Chubb, running left. Down to the 10. Is in. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns make it a 3-score game in the 4th. It's a Nick Chubb touchdown. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
That one right down the middle. And the Browns push their lead to 18. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. A little revenge there from the coverage team after they gave up a pretty nice return. They've got first down from the 31.
Hot. Hey. Right on.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. That's complete inside the 35. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. So the big play has them well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's got it over the middle. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Ravens trying to make it look a little nicer on that scoreboard. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10.
Ready. Sit up.
Blitz coming, Lamar. And he finds him in the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens get it back to within 2 possessions. Havro-Sick for the extra point. And this one, thankfully, not off the mark. He gets it to go. Down 2 scores, and with 2 timeouts left, this onside recovery is a must-get for them. The Ravens look like they got it back, and they did! All right, partner, peel back the curtain for everyone who's watched this happen on Sundays. Win looks unlikely, but they're still trying this kick. What is the coach now saying to his offense before they run out there?
I could hear the great Tom Moore, longtime NFL coach, over and over. He would preach to us through the week during the game. Whoever plays the game the hardest, the longest, is going to win. And my goodness gracious, you just recovered an onside kick. So play this game to the final second. Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
They motion the slot man right. 2nd and 10 now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
An 11-yard loss on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Middle.
To throw. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Desperation time here on 4th. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
They've got 1st down from the 31.
Here we go, back.
On the ground, it's a give to Chubb. And that was an incredible effort just to make it back to the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
When one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
They put a receiver in motion here left. Short pass brought in. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
97.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. This one's caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Bates now for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Browns push their lead to 18. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down, Brock, and that brings this ball game to a close. So the Browns will take this win home with them. And they take the first skirmish with their division rivals, with a chance at a sweep awaiting them later in the year.
Broski, yummy. I just touched down in LA, the Spanish, my favorite. This that G. I keep it playing, so I put it on. She be in it, she just made a big. I got rolling over. Speeding to the money like I'm running from the feds. Posting with my they say yeah. I'm like, whoa, see residuals, watch the money grow. I'm in flow, greatest story told, watch it all unfold. I'm like, whoa, reaping what I sow. Harvest getting bigger, they all froze. I unleashed my soul, now they taking pictures.
Eyes on the prize, it's my life sold up. 5:45, had the lights on us. Fries to the side of an ice cola. You know that ride till the tires fall off. She know I'm a D, I got a date with destiny. She coming to me, cause I got the flavors and recipe. She pressing to me like an athlete. She two with the G's, then she know it. Yeah. It's eyes on the prize, I can't live life in disguise. Cause bro recognize I ain't gotta compromise. I keep it concise, the gang tight like ties. On the industry advice, I'm outside with some good fellas and some nice guys trying to live life in the sky. We lit in real life, we don't pay to be verified. We just manifest, lay and grind on the rise. We defy the odds like it's nothing, time after time. God bless this eternal shine, yeah. Eyes on the prize, it's my life sold up. 5:45, had the lights on us. Fries to the side of an ice cola. You know that ride till the tires fall off. She know I'm a D, I got a date with destiny. She coming to me, cause I got the flavors and recipe. She pressing to me like an athlete. She two with the G's, then she know it. Eyes on the prize just to see how far I go. Shooting star, all over the globe. Hard work, all I ever know. could tell me I'm not what my way and go, yeah. I'm in my zone, yeah, through this microphone. The way they looking at me like they seen a UFO.
You wanna try to beat the force, I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more. Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more.
Don't be afraid of the bounce. See when your things levels gotta change to your mouth. How can I walk in doubt? Never been a beg, never been a loud mouth. Pen can go for days, I'm obsessed with it, can't change my ways. So blessed with it, what can I say? Top form staying in shape.
You wanna try to beat the force, I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more. Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more.
I'm gonna run it up, though you know your fun is up. James knew back when I was coming up, didn't wanna know then. Now I bet they loving us no more. No R&R's, the bar is raised. If you know me, now I can bar for days. Nothing to prove, cause I've done enough. Lights out, still gonna keep the torch. Show you little piece, wanna see some more?
You wanna try to beat the force, I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you little piece, wanna see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more. Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you little piece, wanna see some more. Show you little piece, wanna see some more. You wanna try to beat the force, I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more, see some more. Soul gonna rise when I leave this corpse. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more, see some, see some. I never mind if people change. I wanna try and heal my pain. How do you buy what can't be sold? How can you lie to me in my face, in my face, in my face, in my face, in my face? That's how still gonna keep the torch. Show you look a piece, wanna see some more.
I ain't seen real problems since seen nothing. I ain't seen real problems since tripping off grades. I just be making up different reasons for my nieces. From my day I pick enough to keep it up, but ain't no thing straight. Cause ain't no reason for this money to stay. Like what you want, what you want. I got Jesus giving money, what you want. I've been sitting and pitching this for a reason to cry. So I'ma say I love you, but keep a look on my eye. Cause I can never really want you unless it's money or pride. So when I say I really love you, boy, just know it's a lie. Like I ain't mean it, I ain't mean it. I just need another reason for a sick one.
Another bag, another season, another description, another feeling. Boy, got a game a lot, but I keep.
Homie got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay trippin' cause I got no funds. Homie got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay trippin' cause I got no funds. Homie got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun. Okay, now drop your bag, sass. I've been here from the start. A little snapback, homie, with a plug in his heart. Took these Billy Strum cards and now they rip me apart. Now they run around in circles like them kids in the park. Not afraid of the dark, there ain't no monster inside. I pray to Jesus Christ, homie, they just keep me alive. Why you keep it 53? Cause I've been wrestling with pride. I try to keep it like I'm Texas, got the stop on my side. Girl, you know I'm a saint, so why you giving me hell? My uncle back up on the block and now they begging for bail. He always calling me for paper cause he know I'm the trail. Now I'm eating my McDonald's, I was fresh out of jail. Now I made it out of chump, at least I know I'm up, boy, thump. Like my neighbors jump, pum, boy, I bump. In that Billy Strong, he ain't know him, he ain't thump. He just grabbed the pump and made it go dumb. Got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay trippin' cause I got no funds. Homie got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay trippin' cause I got no funds. Homie got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with ain't not fun.
I'm an airport baby, I'm too fly to count. Counting the cash, yeah, it's too high to count. I'm dealing with a fake, yeah, they too fake to doubt. Acting like they are what they not for their clout. They just suckin' my blood, they can love what you count. Flowing like water, three with the smiles, all the ops gonna pout. They all in the sewers, it's all
balls in the closet.
I'ma stay down to the sun, to the sun, to the sun. On the floor to the sky, with no pen to the
Got no paper, told him quit the pocket watching jeans, ripping at the seams, holding on some dead foes. Schizophrenic with the bag, listen to the money, nigga praying every day. Glad to say I was broke, tell him battle. Now I got my bands up, 1000 on the bill just to keep the pants up. Only on the real note, I couldn't fake what I've been doing. All my real ones know this nigga riding for his 53, I'm throwing up, they see the chain, I keep it tough. Say she feeling little nigga, try love. Say she love me for my smile, so I'm looking mean as mean. Seen the days squawking, so I'm keeping feathers plucked.
Boy, I got a bump, we ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump, fun. Boy, I got a bump, we ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump, fun.
I sit on the corner and shook my, now I'm finna give y'all another hit.
And I just put my drink down.
Milan, darling, Milan.
Say poodle, y'all think run this. Miss she, her black. Designer say Gucci, Prada print. DOE, I'm a condo rich. Big Dolce, Diva, Donda, Dundada, Tokyo, Honda drip. Poppin' Dolce season, new persona, new pushback, but I'm still gon' get that. Labels quaking, they mistaken. I'm that wrist stay frozen, Q. Let's go, I'ma get. Unbothered, with a boo, why bother? I'm that, you ain't no. I'm a get money type of, if you ain't getting money, don't type me. Crocodile Birkin might bite him. Can't hang with her if I don't like it. These, I come through in nippy crickets. I come through in moose be switching. I'm the problem, I'm the villain. I don't see these rickshaws throwing dirt on my name and he gon' hit still. Know who to play with, and he's know who to play with.